fuck. I'll be over here. I know, you would think that I'm gonna face you, but I'm not, because I'm doing something stupid. So I'll be over here. So there's all these kids, and I say kids because I haven't seen one adult do it, because we've all learned that it's kind of a stupid idea. They're doing rear delt stuff where they're sitting across the pec deck and they're spreading out along here, okay? Which is like, in theory, the thought could be that that might be a good idea. Do you know what I mean? If you could get enough space here, and your arm can keep that much space going around, which it can't, because as you see now, I'm fucking up in my ear. Then yeah, if I could keep this space the whole way around and go open and just keep expanding out towards you, that way I'd be fine. But the thing arcs around, so it's literally pulling into myself again. So these kids are like, oh, we've outsmarted the system again. We can do rear delts. Instead of just facing the fucking machine, like everyone's been doing for fucking 9 decades, instead of just sitting here and going open here like we normally do, right? Breakthrough, we could do it with one arm. We could also do one arm, if we weren't morons, here, because this would be just as good. It would literally be like doing 2, and you could literally just be here, and you could get even more space away and throw open. But someone somewhere fucking sideways it up and went like this, and just completely ruined everything. And now every stupid kid under the age of fucking 19 is going around here. Like, guys, if you want to do one arm, just face it and do one arm. It's the same as 2, man. You're just not using both arms. Like, these are independent handles. It's one arm when you do it with both. One arm's not helping the other one. Do you know what I mean? So in the sense, like, it doesn't, even if I do this with 2 arms, I'm still only moving each arm independently. This one's not helping this one. You know what I mean? So there's no point. But if I want to get length and I want to do it, I'll just stay right here. It's like, for you guys to come up with these hacks like we made in these other videos, like, I don't know, I guess your mind's in the right spot because you're trying to find stretch, you're trying to find like positions that put stress on the muscle or whatever someone's showing you, but like, it's so misguided. It's okay, like if you try it and you're like, oh fuck, it's stupid. And like then tell people, oh no, it doesn't work. It's not good, man. It's not a good idea. And don't be like, I need content, try this, like, oh, I'm a fucking idiot, right? Like, the kids I see doing it, they're fucking like...
Yeah. And think about this, machines are made because the companies have studied and they know how to target the certain body part.
Yeah, they're made by like engineers, biomechanical engineers, and like, they reference these people and reach out to them, and like, the designers design it, the engineers figure out the angles, like, they're not morons, it's not an accident.
So we should tell these kids to go apply there.
Yeah, like go fucking, go work for fucking Atlantis or Tanada or somebody. Like, if you got so many great ideas, like it's like, especially in a gym as well equipped as this, and I'm sure there's others in the world, people are watching right now who go to great gyms. There's no need to find hacks for stuff. There's more than likely a machine that's like sufficient enough and good enough and does the job perfectly that you don't need to do that. Like, whoever thought of that, like, props to you, you're trying to like think outside the box, but it's a fucking hard no, man. Yeah. Like, it's a very, very hard no.
Someone was saying, hey, like, I'm a bit confused on, I know we talked about like optimal sets before. Is there like a rule on what you recommend on at least a minimum of sets and a minimum reps you should be getting?
It depends on the skill level, and it depends on a bunch of factors, whether like to do with like how your diet is, whether you're enhanced or you're not enhanced, like what kind of like experience level you're at. So it's hard to make a blanket statement for that. I wouldn't want to like just say something and then people be like, oh, Mike said that you do 12 sets of fucking this and then like 20 sets of that. It's like, there's no real answer to that, and there's people that are far more into that method of thinking and that kind of like numbers and like quantitative data than I am. I'm not too concerned about that. If I had a general rule of how I train people regardless of their ability, it's probably anywhere from 3 to 5 sets on everything, on every exercise I do. And the rep ranges vary based on the fact that like most people I train, I'm correcting movements, so I'm not too concerned about how many reps. I care about like the quality of each rep. So if the reps are down to as low as 6, but the quality was good, and I'd be like, we need to get a little more reps, I'm gonna lower the weight. We're gonna go for like 10 reps, 12 reps, same quality. That's more what I'm concerned about, right? And that's what they should be concerned about, is just do as many reps as it takes for you to like engage and like feel the muscle, and don't, taking things to failure is a complete fucking it's a stupid idea in the sense that people don't understand what failure means. It's not failure in terms of like, I'm like quaking to get the set and I can't get any more and then I slam the weight down. It's like, no, it's just listening to my whatever I'm training. I can see I'm not getting as much range. I'm not pressing as much. I'm just gonna get like one more, like half one, and I'm gonna put it down, right? That's failure. And it's just failure within that set. It's not failure within the reps and like the whole workout. It's just like, yeah, I need a break now. I need to regenerate and I need to go again. You know what I mean?
I've been working out for years. I've seen a big change in my gains, but now I'm seeing minuscule changes. I was thinking of getting on gear, but is it worth taking that to the next level?
Only you can answer that, my friend. If it was me, you already know the answer to that one. I don't even need to say it. Anybody who wants to take that path is going to have to make their decision on their own. Like, I can tell you from my experience that there is not a chance that I would be as into working out or worked out as long as I have if I wasn't able to fully reap the benefits from what I'm doing in the gym. So to put that in a roundabout way, are you getting the most out of working out? I don't know. Could you be with something helping you? Probably. You know what? Have you ever seen the videos where the guys put like pads on people?
Oh, yeah.
The stim pads and they train? Have you seen them recently?
Not so much.
I wonder why. It's fucking stupid. Like I said fucking a year or so ago on video, it's stupid. And it's a fad and it died out.
They're neither onto something.
Yeah, it's like, guys, I'll make a deal to anyone who has one out there because you're never gonna make your money back. You paid 10 G's for that machine or whatever it is. I forget what the fucking name of the machine is. You put those stupid pads on people and charge them all kinds of money. It did nothing for them. I'll take one of those machines. I'll give you $500 for it. And I'll use it for when I rehab my hip because that's all it's good for, is rehab and physio purposes. It's completely useless when it comes to building muscle. And it was proven by everybody and everyone's like, oh man, it's so good. I used to do half the weight and I get such a good pump. And like, it's like, yeah, because your muscle's getting contracted while you're fucking working out. But contraction isn't the only part of building muscle.
Yeah, exactly.
You have to stretch muscle too, right?
Yeah.
It's not just about squeezing it. It's about stretching it. So where's the machine that stretches it? And then where's the machine that squeezes it? You only have the squeezer.
Yeah.
I gotta stretch on my own, right?
Yeah.
So I just work out and without anything and do both things myself.
Yeah, save the 10 grand.
Yeah, so I'll give anyone $500 who's looking to get rid of one. Because you know you fucking regret that investment. Holy fuck. See, the people I used to see with them all the time, fucking walking around in here like fucking hygienists carrying their cart with them with all the fucking hooking up their fucking shit. I don't see that shit anywhere. I don't see it in any gym. It's fucking bullshit. And everyone needs to admit to that. Everyone should apologize to me, actually. Put it in the comments. Don't even apologize, just right. Mike was right. In the comments. We're gonna idiot-proof shoulder raises for people. But no one has this bench, so they're all gonna be fucked, but whatever. But there's a main reason why a lot of people's laterals, like standing laterals, I'm talking, dumbbells, there's a lot of reason why it sucks is because people, one, they can't understand forward tilt in their hip, so in the sense that they can't understand putting themselves in a position like this and having their weight in front of them. So my weight's back in my hip and my weight's over my feet here and I'm moving forward through things and up. They all want to lift up through, right? To break people of that, you can use a regular bench. It's going to be harder because you can't get length through your legs. You're going to be on the bench, the regular bench like this. Do you know what I mean? But if you can get a longer bench, and you can figure that out in your gym, or you can figure out to make it work. If I started myself here, obviously this is wrong. I wouldn't be able to do anything. I could just get my arms out to about here. So the whole idea is that I have to get my sternum, I have to get my shoulders back and set my scapula back. So I've set myself down in my shoulders and traps, my mid-traps engaged, and my head is back and down. So my head is tucked. When I'm hanging here, my head is tucked down in here, just like on that leg press video. So I'm tucked here, my chin's down, and my head's pushing up here to keep my upper back engaged, okay? So if I do that, and I set myself in that position, all my weight's down on the bench. I'm not trying to get off the bench. I'm not trying to recoil. I'm just trying to pull my head back and set my shoulders down. So my shoulders are on my body, they're not off. They're up in my body, but set on my scapula, so I'm rocking away here. So when I go to throw, I'm literally throwing out. I'm throwing down. I'm not guarding my negative. If I guard this negative, so if I come up and I go like this, you see how it fucks everything up? It's got to feel like a pendulum in the sense that I'm coming from low to up and riding a line of tension that's low. My grip is a hook. And the reason why a lot of guys fuck this up even when they try this is because they try and grip the dumbbell. So if I try and grip the dumbbell and throw, this starts happening. I start over ripping. I'm like trying to lift this thing by squeezing it. I'm literally just throwing my hands away like I could let go of the dumbbell at any second. That's what I'm here. So if this is my head and this is my back, I'm cinched in here. So I pulled my shoulder blades together and I'm holding still here, right? My arms are now hanging. This stability never moves. My head stays here. This stability of my back right here never moves. My arms just sweep away. If I don't have this stability, I start going like this, rocking off, because I'm trying to build momentum out of somewhere. I'm not stable here. So I can only get stability where I can throw it in front of me if I have stability in my back. So I can just throw my hands away, or it's going to be everyone doing this all the time. And their arms moving with their body, doing all this stuff. You look like you're fucking paraplegic. No, that would be like fully paralyzed, right? That's 2.
Yeah.
Quadriplegic. Yeah, they'd be paraplegic. I'm gonna be paraplegic next fucking week. So reinforcing here, it's the same thing. If I'm laying on the bench here, imagine there's an imaginary bench. Obviously I don't have all my weight forward, it's impossible. I have to balance myself, right? But if I put my chest forward and I pull my shoulder back and lock into my scapula, I'm just doing the same throw now. I'm just throwing this hand out and then I'm rising up with it. I have to get up taller to throw because I don't have anything to lay on to support myself. I have to rise up through my lift and come back down. But I'm still letting this hand fall back down. I'm not coming up here and going and trying to guard, you know what I mean? I think part of the reason why so many people that I make fun of, especially, are getting into like these shoulder exercises where they're wrapping they're cuffing their wrist, and then they're using cables and like keeping the pressure on the wrist. It's because they're straining their hands so much doing an exercise you don't need to strain your hand for. Like even if I did 40-pound dumbbells for laterals here, which I'm not gonna do, but say I'm doing like a heavier weight, my grip looks like I'm gripping. Like from here when you're looking at me, it looks like I'm squeezing a dumbbell, right? My grip's like that. So I'm hooked on it. I can squeeze it if I wanted, but I'm just keeping my wrist turned down a bit and my elbow turned forward. So I'm in this angle. My arm stays at that angle. I'm not here ever, I'm here. So I can be over in my wrist if I want. So I can just hang on this hook. And I can literally feel like I'm pulling these hooks apart. I don't want to be dead wrist, but I want to be tight in my hand. But I'm literally just sweeping out on those hooks, rising up through, which is a hell of a lot less stress. My hands are smooth. I can talk to you guys for an hour. I can do it with 30s. I'll do it with 30s. Fuck it. We'll go crazy. So I do this with 30s. It's the same thing. I have to get more momentum and I have to get more fucking force, obviously, but my grip's still the same. I'm not squeezing the dumbbell any harder. So I have this hook here. I'm rocking away. I throw up. I can still talk to you guys because that hook is pulling me down and I'm not in a rush to get back up. I pull when I want. It's because you guys are getting into this habit of going, and it's like, then I start gripping, and my hand I get tired and I stop grabbing shit properly, right? That's what all these people are trying to mimic. This is the only thing they're missing in this hook. This pressure of this elbow being turned over and pushing away is all you need for delts. Whether you do it here, whether you do it here, whether I do it here, it's always this angle leading this. It's not that. And you see people like, oh, it's so much easier with the cuffs. As soon as they do the cuffs, fucking, you're doing like that. It's like, get your fucking elbow up. I don't even need to get height on a lateral raise to feel my delt at all. I don't need to get that much height. And I'm pushing away, I'm not pushing up. You can see I feels like I'm peeling this off my side and pushing away. So all I'm doing on both sides is pushing away. That's why you don't see me going, like, are these guys, they start here and then they're like, it's like, just let your arm hang, man. It's fucking limp noodle. You're gonna feel all stress here, you're gonna feel nothing in your traps. Maybe if it gets heavy, you'll feel a little fucking pull because your body's being pulled down, right? But it's just basic shit, like keeping this shit, understanding basic movements and how to perfect them and do them well is way more beneficial than anyone out there than these fucking new fucking, like, oh man, I'm thinking outside the box and scientifically speaking, your angle of this should be this. Like, no, dude, all that's cool, but you're fucked up from the beginning. Like, you're fucked up, man. Like, you're literally fucking put together wrong. And you're trying to do stuff like purposely. I'm trying to do stuff perfectly, but I'm built fucked up. Like, I'm all like, the dude from 300, like, fucking can't hold his shield up. But you're teaching him how to be a warrior. You can't, he's fucked up. He's too fucked up already, you know what I mean? You never learned the basics properly. That's the basic of a lateral raise. That is literally like day one shit. If you haven't learned that technique in terms of holding a dumbbell like this, spreading hands away and understanding that I'm rocking up through and I'm dropping back down, I'm not shrugging, I'm pushing away on stuff. If you haven't learned that within the first 4 months of being in a gym, you missed that lesson, you moved on to other shit, and now you're fucked because you didn't learn the starting block. You didn't learn the first lesson, so everything else after that is a mess now. It's time to go back. But people won't do that because their ego's too big and they don't want to fucking not lift heavy weights. So they're like, oh, I'm just gonna keep doing it my way, I'm sure it'll work out. Something's gonna grow. If I'm doing this, even if I'm doing it improperly, there's still stress on my shoulder, it's still gonna do something, but it's all gonna be like this. So I'm gonna get myself stuck in this position where I got these fucking shoulders that do this, they don't move. So now when you try and train back, look what happens. I can't get my shoulders to move. If I do this, because now when I do back, I do this. So you see all this chain of events unfolds and puts you into these horrible postures. Next thing you know, you can't fucking, because you've overdeveloped something so improperly, it's affected the development of other things. Like, oh, I just need to loosen up, it's my buildability. It's like, no, you built a fucking shit foundation and now you're trying to build on top of it and the foundation's wrong. You gotta scrap the house, man. Like, break down the fucking house and start again. They're so overdeveloped, especially if you talk about like a top pro level bodybuilder. The development in those guys and the inefficiencies or the weaknesses in them are so dramatic, I'm not sure you could ever fix some of them. Like some guys who have horrible backs and they have this massive, like, from the front they're huge, fucking big shoulders, big arms. From the back they're so tiny because they can't move well enough to hit their back anymore. Well, yeah, and it's also like it's hard for the person, whether it's me or someone else, is trying to teach you something new, because you physically can't get into the position. It's not a matter of you not being smart enough to learn it or the trainer not being good enough to teach you. It's physically impossible for you to pull your shoulders back. Like, I'm talking like if we're laying here and I'm holding these weights, or if I was holding them, if I got someone to do the exercise we did where I'm getting them to pull up into here and then throw away, there's a lot of guys that are so heavily shoulder dominant that if I told them to retract their scapula, just like, see how I'm not moving and I can do that, or I can pull back here, they can't do that without everything going. Like, I pull your shoulders back, they're like, you're like, pull your shoulders back. It's your fucking body, dude, just your shoulders, like, just do that. When you guys see these people that are giving you cues to, this is easier, it's not as hard, your grip isn't this and that. One, your grip should be good. If you're lifting weights, you should have a good grip. There's no reason for you not to. I don't know if anyone's aware of this, but you're supposed to have like calluses. Like, mine are good now. I put too much beard oil in my beard, so my hands are smooth now. But if you don't have calluses here on your knuckles and on these inside knuckles, if you don't have a callus built up there, I love to see a bodybuilder that doesn't have calluses. That is huge. Like, I love to see these kids who think they know everything and they're making videos in here and millions of YouTube followers showing people how to lift, and they don't have a fucking callus to speak of because they haven't lifted weights long enough or fucking moved enough weight or fucking exerted enough to be able to like create a callus. You know what I mean? Because they've never gripped a weight. It's like, put my cuffs on and then put my hooks on and wrap my straps. It's like, dude, like, grab shit. Use your hands, man. Be a man. Take a video, we'll say fuck Fuad. Fuck Fuad.
Thanks, man. Have a good work. Someone says, I like to bench, but I don't have a spotter. So I started using a Smith machine, but I heard it's not good for training.
Whoever told you that's a fucking idiot. Unfriend them immediately. Real life and virtually. No, to be honest with you, Smith, I would rather have a beginner or someone who's like learning how to train, or just anybody like that guy who doesn't have a spot. Of course you're gonna use a Smith machine. Like, you have a spotter, it's right fucking here. I can't go any lower. So set your fucking guard up to the fucking lowest that you think you're gonna go without getting crushed, and that's gonna save you. It's better than any spotter you could ever have. It's not gonna help you get to the top, but it's gonna help you from dying at the bottom.
What about in the sense of actual, like, muscle growth?
It's fucking better, yeah, I would argue. Because the thing is, like we talked about with machines earlier, they're on a fixed path. There's no more fixed path than this bar. This bar does not go anywhere. There's Smith machines that, like, when you take them off, they're on a sliding bar up top and the bottom. and they'll rotate within here and they'll move around and do shit. But this literally is stuck on a bar. It can't, you have to manipulate yourself around the bar. The bar's not going anywhere. So you can choose to do like super deep bench presses, or you can do flat bench, whatever you want to do. You can target areas a lot better on this because you know exactly where the line is. So now I manipulate myself into a position where like I feel things better on that area. So for someone to say a Smith, to be honest, if I had limited equipment or I had a gym, or I had a home gym, the first thing I would get is a Smith machine. That would be like, if I could afford it, if you, I know they're not cheap, but like that would be the first thing I would get, and then I would get a cable like station. That's all you need, like, literally. You could build a massive physique and a great physique with a Smith machine, a cable machine, and a fucking few dumbbells and random pieces. You don't need to have all this shit, guys. You really don't. It's a luxury, and that's why this fucking place thinks it's like a leisure health club. Because everyone's like, oh, the machines will do it for me. I don't even have to think. I just sit on it. Sit on this back machine and my back gets massive. It's like, I don't think it's working. But yeah, you don't, I grew up in gyms that had an eighth of the equipment this gym has. And then we got it done, right? So you don't need to fucking have all this shit. If anything, sometimes it can be a little bit of a distraction because people don't know what to do. And there's so many options. They're like bouncing from equipment to equipment every week. Like, I'm gonna do this week, that this week. It's like, you never get proficient in stuff. And your body doesn't acclimate to like that movement pattern or whatever you're doing. So you can't like, the weight doesn't go up, the intensity doesn't go up because you're still trying to, every time you come in, you're trying to figure shit out. You're like, well, what's this one do? Well, this one was like that, and this one's like this. Like the whole time you're working out, you're here learning. You're not actually working out, right? When it comes to doing a lot of shit, this fucking thing's great. You can do bicep curls on this machine if you know how to fucking do it right. You're moving your body around the bar. I'm not curling the bar, obviously. The bar's not moving. But if I move my body up through the bar and drive up through, I can curl, right? So you can do tricep off it. You can do all kinds of shit. So there's nothing wrong with a Smith machine. It's probably the most versatile piece of equipment in the gym next to a cable fucking station. So whoever told you that's a moron. Slap them in the face. Like, Mike says you're fucking stupid.